Well, welcome everyone again to another quarantine edition of the TheGroveCast, and this one's even more special because this is take two. Everyone needs to know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I had a great one with Cecil before, and my tech guy, who's senile, that's me, forgot to put the audio in there. I did the video, but not the audio. So now we're joining you a little different different software package here with the great Zoom. Zoom's probably, I'd say stock in Zoom is what you ought to invest in right now, man.
It's the Brady Bunch, man.
I know. Here we are. Here's the story of, this is a different, he's 4 years older than me, America. And look at that crop of hair he's got on top of his head. And look at mine. You can tell who's been harder on the other one, man. But nobody has this Chicana beam coming into their office like I do right here. Chicana glory. So
yeah, I do see that.
See that right there?
What is that? Is that you got a window up there on the roof?
It's my light. It's just my light right there. I could go that way.
Oh, I thought it looked like sunlight.
I can't have it cover my face. I'm the star of the show. So, you know, we got to make sure. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I guess it's fine. It's probably bouncing off my head right here. So, we do this, it's
not too bad.
Look at that. I can't get away from that either, but it's about.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
It's 8:30 at night. So what do you expect right about now, right? But anyway, so I'm fine. This is, if you don't know it yet, he's our second time being on the podcast here. My brother, Cecil Farmer, pastor, Liberty Free Will Baptist Church, Norton, Ohio. Been there how many years?
Oh, let me think here. Let me think. This is 2020. That's
hey,
I think about 23 years they put up with me.
When you have to say what year it is to count back, you know.
That's what I have to do.
Wasn't it 96?
Right at the end of 96. Yeah.
Like November or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, right at the end of it. Yeah.
So
that's the same time you went to Kentucky. Well, you went to Kentucky the next year, wasn't it?
Next June I went. So
yeah.
We only could live in the same state for so many months at a time, and then we had to leave. I remember when you moved, I'm like, yes, back in the same state. You're back there at the home church, and I was Pastor Clinton then, just down and everything, and then 8 months later, I'm going. That was bad.
Oh man,
I was good, but yeah.
You left.
No, I didn't leave you. Just that the town's not big enough for both of us, as the old West.
Yeah.
So you'll be there 24 years, right? This year.
The end of this year.
This November.
Yeah.
My goodness. So we're talking now. You know, out whenever this one gets out, we're calling these the quarantine edition. So it's everybody's ad nauseum talking about this COVID-19 virus, which is a real deal. So we're rewinding a lot of this. For us, it's a repeat. When this gets out, it's not going to be for everybody else. But you as a church, we get the news as a pastor. This is what's going on, and they're discussing and talking about crowds not being so big and everything. So what was your initial thought?
My initial thought, well, I thought, Brian, when I first heard about it, I thought they was overreacting, I thought, we're just going to go right on and have church and not worry about it, and so we did, and then like that night that we had church, that same night, then the governor of Ohio, shut down a lot of the restaurants and stuff like that, said you can't go inside, you get carried, and it just kept getting more and more and more. He'd already shut the schools down, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and then they had the stay-at-home order. So, and then it's like no more than 10 people in a thing. It's like, like we was talking about, you close for weather once in a while if it gets real bad, but you hate to, I hated it closing, because it's like you can't see it. It's just like you keep thinking in your mind, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And but then a lot of the churches started closing. I kept thinking in my mind, if one person got sick, I'd never forgive myself. I'd never get over it. And it can kill people. There's no antidote for it. So that's what helped me decide after praying about and stuff, and me and Chad, our assistant pastor, we talked about it, prayed on this. That was the deciding factor. It's just too, if one person got sick, we'd never get over it.
You talk about the snow. That's really the only thing we ever have to really worry about is weather stuff.
Yeah, this is unprecedented here.
Yeah.
You know,
We were talking when everything's so shut down now. Remember the blizzard of 1978? I don't even know how I was only 10 by then at that time, but you said about 14. And the snow, the only thing I remember is snow was up to our waist and we didn't go to school, but I don't think we missed a lot of school for that,
maybe a week or something like that. But they didn't close school back then, hardly ever.
Let's get on that discussion.
Yeah.
When they get out for a chance, if you predict snow's coming, that's it anymore.
That's the end of it. Yep.
We went. Listen, kids. We went barefoot up the hill, and we liked it. We asked.
Absolutely.
Hey, I walk home barefoot. That's what made us tough, like we are right now.
Yeah, there wasn't no whining.
Anyway, now when you look at it, it's like it's a ghost town. If you get out in it, have you been out?
It's unbelievable.
You getting out at all?
Yeah, I've been getting. You can't go to hospitals or nursing homes or anything, but you're limited to what you can do. But every day I've gotten out somewhere. Go to church, go to the store. People, some of the home, but you got to be careful. Especially elderly people.
Yeah,
you really can't. Because it's too risky.
Very much.
You could be carrying it and give it to them, and not even know it.
You see the pictures of people talking to their loved ones in a nursing home outside their window there, phone or whatever, and it breaks your heart. But that's the greatest thing they can do for them.
Right. That's the only thing they can do right now, and it's.
You kind of look like you're quarantined right now. Melissa threw you in that room and shut the door behind you.
Yeah, this is Becca's old bedroom in here.
Well, she's still with us. She's the one that got us connected last time if I'd have turned the volume on.
Yeah.
So you get to that, and now that was March 15th was the last time we had church in the church building. We were like you. We still had it, and then we met, and we haven't since. We've done 2 weeks at this. Well, I don't know when it's come out, but now we're online on Sundays. And what are you doing right now, getting the word out and staying connected as a church in this time?
Well, we're having Sunday morning, Sunday night services on the streaming thing on Facebook, and we have a one call thing that we try to from time to time send out reminders or encouragement or something, and but I tell you, and I'm sure you've experienced it too, Brian. The people's been great. I mean, everybody's attitude has been, what can I do to help? People's checking on each other, and especially the elderly, and the young people's like, they got all these ideas, about, well, let's try this or let's try that. It's like the Sunday school thing. They did last Sunday on this Zoom thing, and the kids did that. We had some kids on there that don't even come to our Sunday school. That was on there,
Good.
So it and everybody, I mean, it's really, I know this sounds crazy, probably it's a bad time, and I hope there's a very minimal loss of life.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of good things coming out of this, and like we've been saying, the church is not the building.
Right.
It's the people,
Right.
And I think we're seeing that. We're all seeing that right now. Yeah. And maybe God's trying to remind us of that.
Well, look at how we're scrambling, trying to get things done. You can't just jump in your car and go do stuff anymore now or wherever. So you've got to find ways to reach people now in a different way. It takes some thought, but it takes people coming together to do it. Right.
And it's another thing with me. Of course, it breaks your heart when you're standing there preaching in this empty pews and you think about the people that's usually, sitting there and everything. And it's sad. And I cannot wait. And I know you're the same way. Every pastor's like that. If he cares anything about his church, you cannot wait till you can get back and worship together, But in the meantime, we can't. So we're making this kind of open my eyes up to technology. I always kind of like, I wasn't against it.
No.
But I was like, well, there's good points and bad points. I tell you, it's like anything. the good far outweighs the bad, because if it wasn't for technology right now, we wouldn't have nothing.
Well, let's talk about that, because you guys weren't streaming your services online at all, were you?
Just like maybe a youth rally or a revival or a homecoming special, some kind of special service. But other than that, no.
Right. I mean, I would see somebody would use their phone and do things or whatever. And I always loved being able to see home when that happened. Yeah. But so talk about that. Talk about what it took and the guys that came together to help you get it going.
Yeah, it's a couple of young men in our church, Nick and Noah, and then James helped them.
The Power Twins, Nick and Noah.
Yeah. And it's been great. I mean, they've been out there. They go out on Saturday night and get the cameras all set up and everything, make sure everything's good. Wednesday nights they go out there. And
it wasn't something that, it's not like you had this stuff just sitting around in boxes. They had to go make this happen pretty quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't had to worry about anything. They've just got in there and just done it, and I just show up and do what, and I mean, it's a blessing, it really is. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Everybody's at the young and the older and the middle age. Everybody's attitude is, how can I help? Yeah. That's really, I think a lot of good's going, and you've probably experienced this being online, you see the people that's watching, and there's a lot of people watching that aren't saved.
Yeah.
And so you're reaching people that you wouldn't be reaching.
Absolutely.
Under normal circumstances, and, so I'm actually excited. I mean, it's a bad time. People might think you're nuts. I mean, it's sad what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of opinions. Some think it's, the devil's, some think God's allowing judgment to come on our country and on our world. And that could be part of it too,
Yeah.
Then part of it waking up the church. But the thing about it is we're in it. So we just got to say, what can I do to make it better and to get the message out? And it makes you appreciate things more, appreciate your family, your church family, your friends, other ministers, because we're all in this together. I think there's been a lot of interaction that normally there wouldn't be, because we've been asking, each other, what are you guys doing? It's interact. It's like you realize we're all in this together. There's one church.
Right. And we know that because we tell people that all the time. It's different when the rubber meets the road, man, isn't it?
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm just so proud, and I know you are too. I'm so proud of the people in our church and what they're doing.
Sure.
It's just awesome. I know you are too. Any pastor is.
If you're not, then you need to get out of there, and then you wonder, are they proud of you? That you need to make it's a two-way street. But when times get tough, that's when people get tough, and you find out you already know you got more than capable people to do things. Well, now opportunities are just popping up out of the woodwork.
They're popping up everywhere,
and they're jumping in. So these guys, Nick and Noah, great kids. James, great. You got Chad. You got people that can do stuff. You're blessed beyond measure with people there that can get a lot of stuff done. When you were texting me, I was just, here's one benefit of us being family, though. Having a brother that's got the same call. You were before me anyway, but there's somebody I know right off the bat. That's the first person I think about asking what's happening when it comes to church stuff is you. So when you were, now don't get all sappy on me. I'm just saying, that's what I'm coming from. But you're like, yeah. I'm gonna go home and cry later when I get done. So when you text me and said that Nick and Noah and those guys, I was going to text Nick. I don't have Noah's number. Only I would have done that. I said, hey, good luck making an Edsel look like a Ferrari.
You should do that. They'd get a kick out of that.
I mean, I know those guys know what they're doing anyway, because they video weddings and they know good stuff. But
you ought to do that. They'd get a kick out of that.
I'm going to. When he sees this, he better comment. Nick, you better say something about that. But, so you got on there. Tell me, because I know, listen, you're a former radio man. You spent a few hours at broadcast.
Yeah, not too much.
We've already been down that road. But
Yeah.
when you stood up there that first Sunday, the 22nd of March, nobody there, you're preaching to a camera. Your thoughts?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, that's one of the toughest things. I was a nervous wreck, you know, because it's different. You know, it's different. It's something I've never done before, you know, and it's different. I mean, and you know, you guys have experienced it. You have, and other you know, and a lot of things, you know, you're very nervous, but then you also, I think it makes you like pray more and study more because you're thinking and I've had this song on my mind since it's been going on. Melissa played it for me on YouTube the first Sunday that we did this live stream service. That old song, "Be Very Sure That Your Hope Is Built on the Solid Rock." You know, this rock is Jesus. And then the last part of the song says, "I'm very sure my hope is built on." And I've had that song in my head, you know, through all this stuff. So it's like it drives the point home of who the church really is, and then it drives the point home of being thankful for what God's given you and don't take it for granted, because it could very easily be taken. You just look in just a couple weeks, how much has changed. Our whole world has changed, basically in a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, this is what today's.
I heard you guys are really getting hit, probably worse than us.
It's bad.
I heard that, I think, yesterday.
As of this recording, by the time it goes out, I don't know what'll be going on. We're third in the nation.
Yeah. I heard you guys are really getting hammered, you know.
And nobody knows the politics are making me sick. I don't really, just forget about what could have happened when, and let's get together and deal with it.
Absolutely.
No one knows why it's that bad here. I don't understand it either, but it's the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
So think about, so you're doing that. It's different. We're all having to do something different. It's the old message we've heard 8 bazillion times, getting out of our comfort zone. There's no course in college how to pastor during a pandemic.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't care how far you went to Bible school and what degree you got. You don't know how to handle this kind of thing.
No, you don't, Brian. You sure don't. You just don't. I mean, and you just take it day by day and you ask God to help you and give you guidance, and you know, that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
But then isn't that all we can do anyway? What's the difference in this and anything else, right?
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's like that's the way it is anyway. So, you know, man thinks he's so big, and we're not, you know.
No.
His life is just a vapor. You know, we're here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're not as important. When I say we, I mean mankind. Mankind isn't as important as what he thinks he is. Now, I've mentioned this at church a lot. You know, I'm just thankful to be just a small part of God's plan. Just a small part. You know, whatever part that is, what he wants it to be, that's fine. And I'm just thankful to be a small part of it. You know, it's a privilege.
You can find out just how small when you're in trouble, you know, for sure. And when you're scrambling to try to figure out, because I was talking to another pastor, he said people started calling him when this happened and everything. And I have to remind myself, people look to me for comfort, you know, and even if I have the same conversation 100 times, the person that called me, it's their first time. They're worried and they got stuff on their mind, and that's that small part you are, but you feel a big role, because come the time to worship, they want to see their pastor, you know.
Yeah.
They want to, wherever they are on that time, when it comes time to worship, that's when I need to hear from him and tell me what God's given me, you know.
Yeah. And you know, and you just realize how much you need each other, you know, because we're in this together.
Yeah.
You know,
go ahead.
I'm just going to say there's no one that's big and there's no one that's small. We're all the same.
Yeah.
In God's sight, you know.
And Brother Kelly used to always say there's no big I's and little U's.
There ain't.
I never understood that when I was a kid. I thought, what does that mean? I always used to, until I got older, then I'm like, I get it now. It's not.
You get it. You get it. That's right. It's all important in God's work, you know, every bit of it.
You're talking so positive, and it's not surprising. And yeah, we've experienced it. A lot of churches have everybody getting involved. what things are you guys doing now, having to scramble, and talk about what you did for the school. Talk about
Well,
your club.
we did, and now we can't do it now because they got real tight on the amount of people that can be gathered in one building. So they had to cut way back on it. But when it first came out, the Good News Bible Club that we do here in Barton at the public school, the low income kids, when they shut the schools down, they got free breakfast and free lunch. Well, they wasn't getting that, when they closed the school. So Ben Curtis, he's a professional golfer. He went to Kent State, and him and his wife had this foundation they started. Right, they seem like super people. Good. And they had this thing where they had like an assembly line going, all this food they had that they were making bags to give to the families while school was off. And so some of the kids we know from the Good News Club, and some of them have come to our church. So some of us from the church went over there, and Crystal, a lady from our church, she got it headed up because she worked there at the school. And Nick and Noah and so we went over there and helped bag the stuff up and get it ready to go out, and you just felt I got to talk to Ben, his wife, told him about our church, and everything. Very nice people, just try to encourage them. And so, you're just trying to be a part, not, with your church and also with your community, trying to reach out to people. I always think of what Jesus said, I was hungry, you didn't feed me, naked, you didn't clothe me, thirsty, you didn't give me to drink. They said, Lord, when did we see you like that?
Yeah.
Not do that for you. And he said, when he pointed to the people, he said, when you didn't do it to the least of these.
Right.
So that's how we serve God, by serving other people. And I think God blesses you for it, and that's not why you do it. You do it because you want to.
Yeah.
Not to get a blessing, but you do it because you want to.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt to meet a famous golfer in the process either, so that's fun too. Look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we've got, it just seemed like everybody's attitude is, what can I do?
Yeah.
To help. It's just been phenomenal. And a lot of people have commented they can't wait till, we're able to get back and have service again and just see what's going to come out of this. And I'm sure you guys are probably the same way.
Well, yeah, people are the human contact. We've gone over this many different times. We're talking about, we don't have to meet in the building yet. That's an important thing. So it's
very important, right?
Both sides of your mouth, but you're not, right?
Right. Because Jesus said, "Don't forsake the assembling yourselves together in my house." So like I heard a guy say one time, that's not a suggestion, that's a commandment.
Yeah.
Go to church.
Go to church.
You're a Christian,
For sure.
But right now, the situation being like it is, we're not able to do it. Well, we could, but I think it would not be using sound wisdom right now.
Well, I've heard a lot.
And each his own what they decide to do, but I don't think it's sound wisdom to do it right now.
Yeah. A lot of people are coming out with way more intelligent ways to say it, but the best one I heard was, if you continue to meet in a building, you're undoing what your community is trying to do. Right. Not the spiritual.
Whatever your political persuasion is, we need to pray for a president. I think he's doing the best he can, and our governor, I think he's doing the best he can. Or your guys get elected. I mean, they're up against it. I mean, they're up against it. We need to pray for them and hold them up.
When you think about what you and I, as pastors and pastors all over the country, are dealing with, just the stuff that we're scrambling, I can't imagine the level from governor to president and all the stuff that they're dealing with. And then the scrutiny, somebody ready to jump on every decision you make.
Right.
Say something about it. I mean, that happens to us at times too, but it seems like all our officials are under a greater microscope now because everybody's antsy and worried.
Right.
So what you've started some new stuff then, and you're looking at the future. So there's two questions I've got to definitely ask you. Obviously, you feel like on the spiritual side, even with all this going on, God's doing something like brand new and fresh.
Yeah.
For the church itself. Still.
Right. Absolutely. And it's just like it's a feeling, you know, and that's the spirit. You know, it's more than just a feeling, but it's the spirit that guides you and directs you. But when you talk to people, you just feel it. I mean, I haven't heard one. I mean, and it is. I'm so thankful for it. You know, haven't heard one complaint.
And
not one.
That's fantastic.
You know, of course, people hate it that we can't gather together.
Right.
But there's been no complaining.
Right.
You know, about it. You know, why are we not doing this, or why are we doing this, or what? Not one single word. And that makes you very thankful.
Sure thing.
You know, very thankful, because this is uncharted. I mean, nobody, even our elderly people, they said they've never seen nothing like this ever. It's uncharted, you know, uncharted territory.
I just saw today we had they were just keeping track of things in here in Michigan. A gentleman was 108 years old and passed away from it.
Yeah.
That means he was around back when the Spanish flu even happened. Said he survived that, but didn't survive this. Of course, there's age and stuff involved in it, but it's just trying to put to light the seriousness of this. And so I'm with you. At first, it's like, okay, this is overhyped. Now that you know it's not, then you just got to continue to be there and be strong for the church, for sure, don't you?
Right. Absolutely.
So God's doing something brand new, but let's turn it to this before we wrap it up in a minute. How do you think, what's, we don't have a crystal ball. Obviously, we don't believe in that, but what do you think the church is going to look like? How is this going to change how you are the church and how you go about ministry? Once everything goes back to whatever we call normal, we can go back to meeting again and doing our thing. Do we fall back into, okay, let the other people that were doing everything do it now? Or how do you keep this spirit going when we get back to normal?
That's a very good question, you know, because this has never happened before. So I really believe it's going to continue on. It's like Nate, a young man from our church, he sent a text out to me here the other day. And he said, the last time we had service was on a Sunday night, probably, was it 2 weeks ago, Sunday night, I think it was. Mm-hmm. He said, if I would have known that night, that was the last service I was going to be in probably for a while. He said, what would I have done different? He said, I'd probably done things different.
Yeah.
That hit home with me. I thought, man, that's true.
That's a great
truth. Probably for all of us.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that'd be the last time for a while, you know?
You know, we figured that, we'll figure something out, or this is temporary when they start coming out and stuff, but that's it. So we've got to, because we're creatures of habit, aren't we?
And oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. But this new spirit and getting people together and everybody getting it and joining, I'm with you. Once it goes back into normal again, my prayer is that let's take our lessons learned and be the church the way God wants us to be, because that's why we're feeling what we're feeling right now.
Right. And part of it could be God getting our attention, or God's judgment. Like I heard a lady at one of the president's press conferences the other day. I thought, boy, amen. She said, you know, we're doing all this stuff because a few thousand people have died. She said, what about the thousands every day of babies that are murdered in our country? And he agreed with her. Mm-hmm. He said, you're right.
Yeah.
He said, we got problems, you know. And I thought, buddy, I don't know who that lady was, but amen to what she said.
Somebody had the guts to get up and say something, because
said it right there in a press conference.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny when
she get the nail on the head.
Yeah. Human life is human life, period. And when it comes to the road, look at how this is all going to splinter off into different ways, for sure. Unprecedented times, for sure, isn't it?
Absolutely. But with God, we're going to make it. And
can't help.
The world might be different, but you know, you make the best of it, and you trust God, and you go forward, and you still try to carry out the Great Commission.
Absolutely. Well, make sure you tell everybody how to see you're streaming every Sunday morning at 11, and you're doing Sunday night now too.
No, we're not doing Sunday night. We're just doing Sunday morning and Wednesday night. Yeah, in the Sunday school. Huh?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just saying we do the Sunday school on the Zoom thing, and then Sunday morning, and then Wednesday night.
Zoom, better known as the Brady Bunch, as you call it.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch, man. It's
So,
pretty cool.
Facebook page is Liberty Free Will Baptist Church, right?
Yeah. Now they got a prayer warriors thing too, but yeah, Liberty Free Will Baptist Church. Yeah,
They can like that. You know what I'm talking about. I'll speak slow. You know what I mean by liking something. It's more than just, hey, I like that. It's
I know what you mean. I've been learning.
I'm
Hey, I've learned this. You hit share, and then it goes out to more people. So
it's a good thing I'm sitting down.
yeah, I figured I'd give you something to laugh about.
Did you know that 8-tracks are outdated now too, by the way?
Yeah, buddy.
That's
Long time ago.
I hear that internet thing is really going to be worthwhile in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So they like that. Well, you're watching YouTube already. That's like George Jetson territory for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So like the page. Do you get notified when you go live or no? You know, I went too fast.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's what I figured. On some pages, you can click, do you want to be notified when this group goes live or whatever? Do you have any idea if should I ask Nick?
You'd have to ask Nick yet. Yeah. I think you do, but I don't want to say for sure.
Hey, somebody comment on this when it posts and ask and remind us how to do that. I don't want to miss it. Listen, I'm watching more church now than ever. I love
it. Absolutely. It's great, man. We watch you guys anyway, and then you guys and other. I mean, we've been watching a bunch of them, and you get to see people you don't normally see. You know.
Well, listen, and I'm astounded at the reach that it has too with you. Even now for us, we've been doing it for a couple of years, but it's even more so. Even the little things we do during the week. But you guys, that last Sunday, it looked like a turnstile going on people viewing. You were it was over. Well, maybe more than that now, but it was like 11, 12, 1,300 when I looked at views.
I think it was somewhere in there. That's what told me.
Pastors, we love to count people. So right now, there's nobody in the seats, but we count views. That's our attendance now.
Yeah. There you go. Go by the views, huh?
That's it. So
and hitting share makes it even more.
Slow down. Don't say that twice. I'm getting busier now, even more shared. When this is all done, so now we got to pray for Rebecca, though, your daughter, my niece, because she's working at Akron City Hospital as a nurse.
Yeah.
Now I've talked to her a little bit. That stuff's not going to make it now since I didn't hit the audio on there. But is City, do they have any cases there that you know of at this time?
I don't want to say for sure. There might be right now, but I'm not for sure.
Okay.
I'm not for sure. There might be.
All right.
I'm not positive, but so I don't want to say. Okay. I don't want to say for sure.
Well, we're going to pray for her anyway, and all our on the hospitals and stuff.
Oh yeah. We got some other folks that work here too, and yeah, it's very serious. You know, I mean, you don't want to get, woe is me and let it overtake you and everything like we've been hearing, but it is serious. We need to be careful. You
got to take it serious, for sure. And exactly. I don't know what the end's going to look like, but hey, we're in God's hands. But I remember you saying something. It's one thing I do remember you said that was profound.
Wow.
Yeah. But we're repeating somebody else too in the process. But I think you're talking about Tom Hamilton one time. You said this in the message. The Indians announcer on the radio. He said player was injured, and he said he is on the list of day to day. He goes, but then again, aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Sports and life come together but it's the truth.
Right. That's every one of us, minute by minute, second by second.
That's right. Well, this didn't hurt too bad, and hopefully I didn't mess this one up. But if I did, hey, we'll go for round 3.
Hey, we'll do it again, man. That's all right.
Nothing else.
That ain't no problem.
Hey, I haven't talked to you this much since you lived at home.
I know, man.
We probably didn't even talk this much when we lived at home together.
Do it again, man.
Sure. We tried to stay away from each other too long.
Oh, yeah. We got along all right, man.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
thanks for hanging out though today. Thanks for joining in and praying for you. I know you guys you're doing great down there, and we love
You
you.
guys too, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
You too, man. You too. Hey, remember everybody out there, GroveCast 2, GroveCast, the number 2, at gmail.com is our email for the podcast. Send us in, ideas for the podcast, prayer requests, things you like, things you don't like. I know my face and this Gorbachev blotch here on my head this whole time. It's been shining up through here, but just things. Let us know we can pray for you. We can help you with. Give us your ideas on there. Let us know you're taking part in it right here. But the quarantine editions will continue while consider us. I've said this, your Netflix of podcasts. Just binge watch. Put them all in there. We've got several in the can already. You can see the original broadcast with Cecil on there. I think it was. I'm trying to remember what number it is, but it's on all the podcast platforms where you get them all at. So you can either look at us or listen to us. I would recommend listening to us probably if you're going to sleep at night. That might be a little easier on that. But from the two brothers, one with hair and one without.
There you go, man.
Hey, but I love you, man. Thanks.
Hey, love you too, man. Keep on working for the Lord.
All right, you too. Melissa, let you out of your room now.
All right. Hey, that's all right. Enjoyed it.
All right, me too. See you, man. Bye.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.